Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mountain Scope, where today we will be leaving our reviews on Appalachian Ski Mountain. And so we're going to do this on a 0 to 10 rating, where 0 is the worst and 10 is the best. So we're going to start off this episode leaving our review on access to the mountain.
So, for me, the ease of access to Appalachian Ski Mountain is actually very convenient because it's right outside Blowing Rock, and from Charlotte, I think or from where we are, but like Charlotte is about an hour, 40 minutes. So, I mean, it's very easyable access, and it's very close to populations of Blowing Rock. It's not like you're on the back roads for a long time or anything. What would you say?
I really agree with that, and I think that it's very easy to access from really anywhere in North Carolina.
So,
What's your number?
I would say I would probably, to be honest, it's really good. It's probably the most easy one in North Carolina, so I'd have to give that one an 8.
I'm going to give it a 7. So, next on our list is rentals, and so I actually rented from there when I went, so I think I'm going to have some words to say about this. The rentals were pretty good at Mountain, but my one complaint with it is that they're not allowed to go on the terrain parks, which was actually a big bummer for me, and I didn't want to break the rule, so I didn't get to do the terrain parks when I went. And I would give it a 6.
So, with my experience with rentals, they're actually really good. And one thing is, you actually can get a board that you can take on the terrain parks for a $6 upgrade. But my friend who got the rental just got the regular one, and he took it on literally every single terrain park, and all the staff were very chill, and they didn't seem to care. And overall, the rentals, they were good, like Burton boards. They had good bindings. All the boots were generally comfortable, and the helmets are good. So I'm just gonna give it a 9 overall.
It's a pretty good rating. So next up we have the lift ticket price. So I actually don't know exactly what the lift ticket price was, but I went with 2 other people, and it didn't seem to be that expensive. So I'd say it's pretty good. I'd give it probably a 9 for the price.
Yeah, I would also give it a 9. We also need to make note of our ratings so we can add them up at the end.
Yeah.
So we just type them on there.
Yep. Okay. So next up we have lift. And for the lift, I thought it was pretty good. It went by pretty fast, and when one of my people that went with me, when he crashed trying to get on the lift, it was pretty chill. They stopped it pretty fast, but he was all right. I'd give it probably a 8.
Yeah, I would also give the lift. I gotta give it 9 because there's 2 carpets, a rope tow, and 3 lifts, and they're all very safe, and they're generally pretty fast, and yeah, it's overall pretty chill. Like, it's not like they don't care if you don't pull the bar down, which at some places they do, and that's kind of a bummer because I don't like pulling down the bar. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good overall.
So next we have slope quality.
Yeah, so I would say this. I have to give the slope quality a 9 because they change up the terrain parks every night. The slopes are always groomed and in good condition, and they're always perfect when I've been. So I can't give it a 10 because I don't think I can really give anything a 10, but I have to give it a 9 because it's really good.
So I'm gonna give it a 9 also because I really enjoyed them, and they were very nice, and all the blacks were very well groomed. Everything there was well groomed, and even like the blues were pretty fun too. And it's all overall a pretty nice place to go. Next we have slope variety.
For me, I would give the slope variety. So I have to give slope variety a 7 because they do have everything from beginner to advanced there. They have everything from like small bunny slopes to I think 30-foot jumps ish, or not high but like lengthwise.
Yeah.
And they have a whole rail park, a whole jump park, a cat track, and even a beginner terrain park. But it is very small. I think there's maybe around like 10 runs there. So I mean 10 slopes. So that's why I would give it a 7.
Yeah, I think I would have to give it a 7 also. It wasn't the best because I've been to other places that have a lot more variety. But this place, for what it was pretty good. I liked everything that you could do there, and I really just enjoyed it in general. Next, we have the terrain parks, which I don't have much to say about them since I wasn't able to. But from what I saw, they had quite a few little tricks to do there, and it was pretty fun. It looked pretty fun, so I'd probably give it a 7.
And I have to. This is probably where App's best area is. They are small and stuff, but the terrain parks, I have to give them a 10 because they have a whole plaza set up. I mean, it's pretty much perfect terrain parks. They have a whole plaza set up with, I think Red Bull and Luke Winkleman donated. It's super duper sick. They have cannons, big jumps, small jumps, boxes, rails. They have everything. Every time I've gone there, I just started snowboarding. The first time I went, I learned board slides, and then uh, I learned how to do rails. I learned how to do the big jumps. Like I've basically been learning things every single time I've gone there. Like every time I go there, I progress in the terrain parks. It's really easy to progress too, so that's why I give it a 10.
That's cool. So next we're moving on to scenery. I would have to give it a 6 actually. It was pretty like average for the scenery. It was still pretty, but I've seen much prettier places to go snowboarding or skiing, so that's why I'd give it a 6.
I give it a 9 because for North Carolina, for what it is, I think it's super sick view from the top. I mean, like really sick. So I give it a 9.
Next is the dining experience, which I had a lot to say about it. So when I went in, it was pretty toasty in there, which is fine because you get out of the snow, you want something to eat and drink. So I got a lot of drinks there, mostly Pepsis, but I also got some of the food like their chicken tenders and fries, which were good for lunch, and it was actually pretty tasty for a ski place. All the food was pretty cheap, so I'd have to give it an 8.
I gonna give it an 8 too. When I was there, we packed lunch a couple times, and then the other time, me and my friend we didn't want to stop and eat because we wanted to snowboard, so we just ate on the lift up some granola bars. But we did end up stopping and getting a drink, and it was decently priced and a good service. So yeah, I'd give it an 8, but I haven't eaten because I just snowboard.
Okay, and our last thing is likelihood of returning. I would say a 10 from me. I would definitely return any time that I had the chance because I really enjoyed it. It was pretty fun, and I think definitely I'd hit the terrain park next time.
I have to give mine a 10 because I actually we're gonna do the snowboard team there next year, so I'm definitely returning. So yeah, that's it. So we'll be right back after we add up our things and discuss the final results.
Yep.
Final scores.
So my score was a 76 out of 100. So overall, it was a pretty good place to go.
And my score is 87 of 100, which 50 is average, 100 is like literally the best, and I just really loved that place. It's almost perfect in my opinion.
And so our average score was an 81.5 out of 100, which I have to say is a pretty good score for really anything. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for listening. And there are donations available on our website, and our new YouTube channel is available at Modern Scope.